Hello, I'm Trey. Today I'm going to be doing a demonstration on blending coloured pencils. I saw a few other colourists doing this technique and I thought it looked kind of cool and I wanted to include it in my own projects. So I do hope you find the demonstration easy to follow, and as always please do post any comments. I'm going to look at blending techniques. I only use dry methods, and that's because I don't want to make a mess of the paper when I'm doing colouring projects. And that is a factor in that when you're using liquids for doing your blending. I use three methods. I use the lightest colour pencil I'm using, a white pencil, or a blender pencil. I'm going to look at the lightest colour pencil first, and I've already started doing the colouring in of this shape, and I'll finish it off and also show you how I use a white pencil to blend. I'm using three colours that are similar. There's a dark red, a medium orange and a dark yellow. I tend to use colours like this when I'm doing gradients. There are 4 layers on this section, and one of the things I've noticed when I was looking at blending is the more layers you have, the better it works. So it takes a wee bit of time to get to those layers. I would think 4 layers is the minimum really for blending. You don't have to do blending either, it's just that when I was looking at other people's colouring in and their projects, and I wondered why it looks smoother than what I was doing. And it looks smoother because they were doing blending. Now if I was ready to blend at this point with a lighter coloured pencil, it tends to be the lightest colour I'm using at that time, and this is the lightest colour I'm using with this shape. So I will now do my final layer of blending with this coloured pencil. So go over where the light section is in that colour. All the time I'm doing this, I'm using light layers, light pressure to build up my layers, otherwise you burnish the paper a lot quicker. Now I will go over all the other colours. And it just softens up those lines where the colours have crossed over and overlaid. I tend to use this method quite a lot. It's not, I think, the best one, but it's the quickest for me if I don't want to go over everything again using another method to blend. And that looks slightly smoother now than it did earlier. That's one that's not been blended. See, it looks a bit patchy, and that one has. So smooth it out quite nicely. That's with a lighter colour pencil, and it will change the colour of the other layers because it already has the colour. Now I'm going to show you blending with a white pencil, and this is my second best method to use. the only thing I use my white pencil for is blending, but I'm always pleased to have a white pencil. I've done 4 layers on this shape, and now I would do my last layer with the white. Now when you're blending with white, if you start from the darkest colour towards the lightest colour, the darker colour might blend into the lighter colours, so I tend to start at the lighter colour. Using a white pencil to blend will lighten up all the other colours. Tend to use light pressure. It smooths out those overlapping sections. This is one of the things, oh, as my point's gone, this is one of the things I tend to do at the end of a project, and it's if I want to, you know, if I think, okay, then this is going to benefit from a little bit of smoothing of those layers and the colours, then I will do this, because it does add time to a finished project. However, it can be worth, you know, taking that little bit of extra time. Now, I find this white pencil method works better with a little bit more layers, maybe another couple of layers, because you've got more pigment to move on your page. And that's with the white pencil. It does burnish your paper, and as mentioned, it has lightened it all, so it gives it a whiter look. This final method, I'm going to use a blender pencil. With the blender pencils, they're a colourless pencil, and I'm using Koh-i-Noor pencil. I have used other types. This one's slightly harder, I find, but it still works okay. As you can see, I've been using it and it's got coloured on the end, so I tend to wipe that off if I can on a spare piece of paper. The blender pencil will work better with more layers, so I do tend to do more than 4 layers. We'll see how it works with this. Again, I started the lighter section, and then I'm not moving dark into my light section. It does burnish your project when you come to blend, either using the white pencil or a blender. So this would be the last layer. It's difficult to add more layers on after you've burnished and blended. Benefits of using a blender pencil for me is that it doesn't change the original colours, whereas the white makes it lighter. A lighter coloured pencil changes the colours of the other layers, but a blender doesn't. It keeps the original colour. anything, I think it looks slightly brighter. Now this blender is slightly sharper than I would normally use it. I tend to use a light pressure but a blunter point on my blender pencil. It works better. It's slightly sharper than I would normally use. And that's the effect with the blender pencil. For quickness, I tend to use a lighter pencil, and the white pencil I kind of like for small areas. But the blender pencil is the one I think has the best effect. It looks the smoothest. So I hope you found this demonstration helpful, and any comments, please do leave them. Thank you.